And I bring that up because this is our next segment here where you got Matt Whittingley of CNN going, so do we just pass this through unconditionally, or should we actually start thinking about, paying this thing off or getting the debt figured out? Here's her response, and this is where it gets really baffling.
Thanks, Green. I'm trying to address some market-related chatter as well as some of the beliefs of some members on Capitol Hill. Jay Powell was just asked about the debt ceiling. He said there's only one option here. It's for Congress to pass the increase. Is that the view of the White House? There is only one option. There are no prioritization off-ramps, comically large coins to consider, anything like that. Congress is the only option here in the view of the White House.
So on any of the coins and mint coins, I know that's come up before, that's something that the Treasury deals with and answers on, so I'm not going to comment there. I think we've been very clear. I think we've been very clear from here that this should be done without conditions. And it is their basic job, Congress, right? It is their basic duty to lift the debt ceiling. It is something that has been consistently done over the years. And that's how we see it. We see it as something that should not be done with conditions. It should be done without conditions, to be even clearer. And again, it is their constitutional obligation to get this done.
You guys, that is insane. That is insane messaging. I don't care if it's, at least she is being clear on that. I'm going like, yeah, we just want them to lift it. Just raise that thing even higher. Oh, goody. So we owe more in debt. Oh, that's awesome. Great idea, Karine. And what's her logic with all this? Well, we've done it 78 times. McCarthy did it 3 times under the Trump administration. Well, so we should just keep kicking the can down the road. Oh, that's responsible. That's very responsible. And you got a knucklehead here saying it on the podium. I don't care if it's Kayleigh McEnany, I don't care. It's stupid to say keep increasing our debt and let's just do it because we've done it forever. That's her logic. Well, you've been doing stupid things your entire life. You might as well keep going. You've done it already. Oh, you keep breaking the law and going to jail? No. Don't fix anything. Don't even bother fixing yourself or cleaning your life up. You've been doing stupid stuff your entire life. Keep breaking the law. Keep acting like an idiot. No, it's good. You guys, it's the same logic. It's so stupid. But let's see her continue here.
On behalf of the American people.
I understand that, and you guys have made that abundantly clear repeatedly. I'm saying, can you close the door on any other alternatives than Congress fulfilling their constitutional obligation?
Look, what I'm saying is we've been very clear about when we've been asked if there's going to be if there's room for negotiations, we have said this should be done without any conditions. There should be a way to go around this to get this done. This is something that Congress should act on. Now, and I've mentioned this a little bit, which is as it relates to lowering the deficit, and that being a top priority for this president and has been throughout the last 2 years, he is willing and happy to have a good faith conversation with anybody who wants to talk to him about ways to do that. And that's why he's been able to, in the last 2 years, we've talked about it, I just mentioned it, in record fashion, $1.7 trillion, which is the largest decline in American history. That's what the president has been able to do. Now, as it relates to the debt ceiling, that is a separate matter. That is a different matter. We see this as a constitutional obligation that they have, that Congress has to act.
Now, here's the issue, and this is kind of where things start spiraling down in this press briefing for her. That is very confusing messaging. On one hand, you're saying, hey, Congress needs to just increase the limit. Oh, goody, so we have more debt. But then on the other end, you're saying that the president isn't willing to negotiate and that they need to increase the limit. All the while saying that the president takes things seriously and that this is one of his number one issues. And that if you want to have a conversation about figuring out the budget so that we're not in a massive deficit, that we don't keep spending money that we don't have, the president is willing to have those conversations. But you just got done saying he's not willing to negotiate and that they need to increase the limit unconditionally. So everybody in that room now is completely confused, including myself, by the way, and I'm sure all of you, because it doesn't make any sense. It literally doesn't make sense. I'm telling you, wait till we get to it, because we're going to jump into Ed questioning about Ian not being on the podium and all these other things. But then later on, we're going to have all these reporters going, what's going on here? Can you clarify here what this messaging is? I mean, it's reporter after reporter. It's awesome to see. Let's continue.
One more. The Department of Interior advanced an $8 billion oil drilling project earlier today. Climate advocates had pretty sharp criticism of that. Does the president believe he is adequately balancing his climate goals with the need for increased oil production in the near term?
So let me just be clear, no decision has been made on this. Now, if you're asking about the president's commitment to tackling climate crisis, as I think you were just saying, the president has done more than any other president on this front. And he's taken bold executive actions to accelerate clean energy manufacturing. He's secured historic legislation to make communities more resilient to the impacts of climate change and lower energy costs and so much more. And he continues to deliver on historic climate change.
Oh boy, does he, Karine. Oh boy, does he. That's why he wants to go after your gaslit stoves. Literally. Yeah, that's why he wants electric vehicles. But, electric vehicles great. All the while you're charging them through the same power grid as everybody else does. That's using the same carbon emission as everybody else does. But let's not even talk about the lithium mining that's going on either. But hey, let's just, he's the president that's been pushing this more than any other president out there. So yeah, no. It's a bunch of hubbub. It's grandstanding at the end of the day while the freaking president flies everywhere around the world, just exposing just the entire environment to a bunch of carbon emissions. No, they sit there grandstanding. Typical politician. I hope you enjoyed that clip from the Bald Brad Show. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all our future content.